everyone. So I'm doing this video a little bit differently once again, where I'm probably going to be addressing you guys more than I am Dr. Dre. This is going to be a video specifically for him, but just to get into a little bit of a description of what's going on. So it's July 25th. I actually have a Kim Kardashian video that I recorded like a week ago now, and I need to get that uploaded. So I'll probably just do it back to back, like edit hers and do that, and then this one tomorrow. So just so you kind of get a time frame of when I was recording this. When I saw this suggestion, which was like a couple minutes ago, I was so excited because I was like, I don't know, it's a very interesting person. And I want to explain to you guys, you know, because it's important that you understand for a viewer, and if Dr. Dre ever watched it, that I do have some sort of bias here if I know who they are, right? And whatever kind of information I have. So obviously I know who Dr. Dre is. I know he's mostly a producer. I am familiar with NWA, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar maybe. He's a powerhouse, right? And then he has the beats. So I do have a bias when it comes to him, because even though I really enjoy and appreciate his work, there's no way he's in that position without having some sort of occult knowledge, right? I mean, I think anyone, especially if you're watching this video, you probably already agree with me. So the interesting part about this, though, is when I read your suggestion, I started thinking about him, and it opened up a portal, essentially. And this happens with like a couple people in like varying ways when I do their readings. I usually don't ever mention it, but it's like with him, and each portal seems a little different to me. So with him, it was coming in flashes, and I honestly, like, I don't feel that well today, so I wasn't even going to do a reading until I saw that, and I was like, just got really excited. So my accuracy does not, like, it goes down when I'm not feeling 100%. So there's just trying to be transparent with you guys of like where concerns might be with that. And the fact that the portal kind of was coming in flashes. So I don't know if that's me that's having that issue, or if you know, I just don't know what that is. With the portal, though, that already tells me, again, verifying that you, Dre, are fully aware, you are fully activated and moving, like spiritually moving among other realms. I was gonna call you a cross watcher, but it's like this cross, what is the word that I'm looking for? I think it has a B, like you're crossing boundaries, or it's like you're there was a word that just came to my head and disappeared, and it's a word that I've never used, but what I'm getting is that there's an actual term for who you are and what you do, where this is gonna sound really bizarre, but it's as if you are not even human. Like, you're not subhuman, but like, I don't know if that's the word, because that almost sounds like you're below. It's like you're beyond just human. Like, you've been able to access a part of your mind and your spirituality that it's interesting. Okay, so before I'm getting too much into it before I even explained things to you guys. So when I was getting ready and I sat down, I was thinking, oh, well, I don't really want to meditate too much because I just want to do this all live, and then I'll just like cut out the breaks in between if I need to get into a deeper meditative space, because if I start getting information, I don't want to just get it and then lose it, right? Because that's the whole point of making this video. So then I was also thinking, okay, well, let me set my intention, as I always do before this, was just to speak with his guardian angels to get a message to him delivered. And I got the message of him from his spiritual side, like, no, we don't really want to do that. And it wasn't a clear, like, it wasn't a clear no. It was more of, I don't know the word, but like if you're like smirking, you know, like, no, yeah, we're not gonna do that. I'm not really into that. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I will mention a couple things. I feel like currently, like real life currently, you're somewhere where there was at one point, I don't know if you're surrounded by a lot of people right now, but there were a lot of people around you, and you were having some sort of like event, whether it was just like a barbecue or just like hanging out with people, and I'm picking up on that. I don't know why that's coming through other than just to mention that. And I'm also being drawn to your lower body, like lower half of your body. So it's like your leg, and then it's being pulled all the way up into it's internal though. So it's like the internal part of your leg all the way up into possibly your heart and your arm. So what that represents to me is some sort of internal medical issue that's being highlighted for you. I would think that that's maybe if there's like a deep vein or an artery, something that can be connected to those parts of your body, to just be aware of that. I'm trying to pull my attention away from that, and then I'm being guided back to it. Like, this is really important. And then I'm seeing like close to your chest area being highlighted. Your chest area is highlighted. So that's just something to pay attention to. I'm asking permission in my head directly to Dr. Dre from his soul. I'm speaking to his soul. And actually I say it's your soul, your higher self, then like the person, but there's in between stages that I don't have the vocabulary for right now. So it's like everything in between. And when I ask more permission, like, is it okay if we, you know, consult, you know, and talk about things, see more information, I feel light. I feel a boy, and I'm unsure of his age, maybe 8 years old, 10 years old. I feel 8 to 9 years old, and he is caped. He has like some sort of, it's an invisible cape to me, but it feels like it's exists. It's as if I am in the imagination of the boy, and in his mind he has a cape on, and he feels like he can fly. He feels like he can do anything and be anything, and he's very emotional. There's something about his mother where he feels lost, he feels confused, and I'm hearing him say, as a child, I want to fix this. I want to fix what no one has. It's a lot of words, and I can't hear everything, so the way it is, I want to fix this which no one's done before. I can't figure out what this object is that I'm seeing, I am being drawn to an Oreo, but I doubt it's an Oreo. I think it's just the shape or the color, because it feels like a metal, kind of like a metal hook. And now I'm being drawn to a figure. It's an older man. It's a black man. I don't know who this is. He's telling me, I'm asking who he is, and he's telling me, and I can't pick it up. Like, it's like, and he's going like this is how he's talking to me, and then he's going like this, like, I'm such and such from grandfather's side, this and this and this, something like that. And he's putting his arms out, and he's talking, and he's talking, and he's leaning forward, and he's commanding, like, I want this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. And he's saying, like, no, no, no to me. He's saying, no, no, no. It's to clarify, I'm not telling him he needs to do this. I want him to do this. I'm not commanding him. I'm not telling him to do these things. I'm saying, like, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. It's for you. It's for you that I want you to do this. This is important for you. And then now I see him, and he's saying, like, yes, 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 like confirming, like, yes, that's correct. That's correct. And he's saying, he knows, he knows. And he's saying, like, I talk to him all the time. I see him all the time. And now he's trying to take me somewhere. He's trying to show me something. I don't really want to go. I don't really want to see it, so I'm kind of cutting myself off, because I'm honestly I'm having a difficult time distinguishing between who's who. My concern with that is that I don't think it's anything dark, but my concern is that they're going to lead me somewhere a little too much out of my control right now, because I'm not really feeling very good. Like, I just feel like it's just congestion. Like, I feel congested. But when you do this kind of work, I'm sure, like, I'm just not like in a condescending way, but like for people who know or care or want to be informed, like, it's really best to be, you know, feeling 100%, because again, your accuracy with like picking up information can go down, and then it's also about having that discernment and a sharp mind. And it's exhausting as it is, like mentally really, really exhausting to do this. But then on top of that, with like some of this darker stuff that's kind of lurking around, then that's extremely, like, sometimes it makes me really sick. But I don't feel that. I actually truly surprised, to me, because that's why I really wanted to talk about my bias when it comes to this, because shockingly, I'm not seeing that, but what I'm seeing is because I'm protected. It's not because of him, and I've been able to like get in, because the way that it's being represented to me is almost as if it's like this pure like white light, and then there's like the darkness kind of like seeping through, like if you poured, like when you pour coffee on top of milk, you know, and it drips through, and it's like that bleed through. And so that's why I feel like, well, who else is around here? I just don't want to be tricked. And I feel like you, Dr. Dre, you're very talented, I guess is the word you can use, with this. So I have to be careful. Honestly, okay, I'll pull to see if I can get better just guidance through this, because I'm just seeing like random stuff, like the most random stuff, and like I'm hearing like me saying that, and then I'm hearing like talk about it. I'm like, I don't know. Should I really talk? Like, I don't know. I need assistance from my guardian angels and the archangels to guide me through this. to get the most accurate and insightful information for Dr. J, please. What does he need to know right now? And the collective, what do they need to know? The collective, what do they need to know? We can help them with knowing about Dr. J. Gabriel, Ariel, Zagiel, Jermiel, Shamuel, Israel. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way. Creative writing. It says, spread your wings. Teaching and learning. All is well. Hello from heaven. Peace. I feel guided more to pay attention to the graphics of this. I'll be completely honest with you guys though. It feels almost like I'm drawing a blank. Like it almost feels like I don't know. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling than I felt even with it's different. I'll explain why it's so different. It's because Dre, you are a fascinating, I'm going to call you a creature. You are fascinating. You have an ability to shift between worlds. I know this to be true because I can see this and I can feel this. But what's so interesting to me about you, when in comparison to some of the darkest people that I've done, which I don't really like to highlight on this stuff because of a lot of reasons, but to not derail, the darkest of people, the most, I'm putting in quotes as powerful people because these are people that truly, with the ego's mind, you know, that does not serve any power. Of course, it is to kind of entrap us, right, into this reality. Obviously, there is a lot of depth to that I've yet to discuss. But I see that you're fully aware of this. I see that you're trying to manage something. I see that there's some sort of ranking system for you. You are some sort of high-ranking entity, person, okay, with this occult knowledge. However, there is a big however, which is you, and I think this would upset anyone probably with this much ego, is that there is a sense of you being a pawn. A small sense, but I am seeing that, and I think you have that inclination, and I think that you think that you're smarter than those people, that you're sharper than those people, and that there's some way that you can twist things around in order to work in your favor, because there's people above all of you that they've just been in this way longer. They've been in this, like, and when I say that, you guys, I'm talking lifetime after lifetime after lifetime beyond ancient Egypt. And these people have reincarnated. Think about it. Egypt is the same, is present day this. You know, they have all of these riches and gold and whatever, and everyone's just fascinated by it. But that's the ego. That's present day Hollywood, right? So this goes beyond that, Dr. Dre, beyond that. And you, I see, you're tunnel visioned, actually. When you're crossing between these worlds, there's a tunnel vision to you. You're sharp, you're intelligent, and you're feisty. You're like I was gonna say a dog, but I mean, that's a good reference to me. I just feel like it sounds like kind of degrading, you know, to like compare you to it, but it's like that sharp, or like a sniper maybe, but it's like when the dog sees red, you know, and you can't pull that dog away from like what it's trying to get at. Like it's impossible. And I see that with you, where it's like you feel when you're crossing through all of these you know, like you have a goal set, you have a goal in mind, and you're being played, essentially. You're being played because there's something, when I say above, it's obviously below, but the more below is the more above for you guys. So they're observing this. I need to just step away from that a little bit. So, yeah, I need to get away from that right now. The point about that is because of this, you're actually protected in a lot of ways, and your guardian angels they're fighting to intervene. Like when you see red, and they're trying to cut through that because for obvious reasons, because that's not part of where they want you to be. I don't know. This is, to me, this is just a joke. This is like a joke on me. Like, let me think. Let's pull from me really quick. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing. It's like a joke. It's because it's like all of this is how I felt were all messages. It's a mixed messages to me where it's like, okay, you got it. Come on. Like, it's like enticing me. Like, okay, come on. Now what? And then it's also my guardian angels like, you got it. I'm on the right path. I'm like, just look with this. Like, it's the same. And then expansion, and it's purple. Like, it's the same. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, like on his end, it's like a challenge. It's challenging me, like, okay, let's see what you got. And then for me, on my end, it's like, you're there, keep going, you can do it, you can get the information, but I have to work harder. Before I pulled this, you're on the right path, I specifically was asking what, and I can see the pathway. I can see it like this. It's like this. I can see that it's like this road mark, and I'm like, okay, so what can I see for Dr. Dre to get onto the right path? To get onto the path, and then I'm getting, you're on the right path. You're not on the right path. You're on your path, but. And it's like, okay, yeah, who can say what's on the right or wrong? But, I mean, really, though. Let's try again. Yeah. This is just, it's silly at this point. It's really silly. Yeah. Dr. Dre is so blocked up. You're so blocked up. If anyone's doing readings on him, you're picking up on some dark stuff. If you're not, you know, you need to cleanse yourself. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I freaking... Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. I freaking knew it. Thank you. That he's not a well, he's probably a grandfather. It's like some sort of elder. This is what he was trying to tell me. and I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say anything and I was hoping it would come back, and then I forgot it because I couldn't get a clear word. And this is talking about past life. This is a past life. This is where it started for you, Dre. This is where you started. Aware of this? Yeah. Okay, listen, this is what happened in a past life. You are aware of this. Let's figure this out step by step. This past life is not on Earth. This past life is on a place similar to Earth where you exhibit free will. It wasn't Earth. I don't know. Okay, I can't say for sure. It doesn't feel like it though. That's what I'm being drawn to though. It was not Earth. It's somewhere that's more, it's similar because I see a lot of green, like lush. It's very lush. You were supposed to have it all. You were supposed to have it all with this person. You carried this knowledge of your soulmate, who is your twin flame, okay? You knew who this person is, lifetime after lifetime, and you carried her memory with you, including the lifetimes in which you knew that you were learning your life lessons and you couldn't be with her. So there was a part of you in previous lifetimes that you were aware of who she is, because especially now, you guys, I don't doubt a lot of you know who your twin flame is. I think there's a lot of misconception on what exactly it is. There's a lot of confusion there for people, but I've said this in previous videos, and I know Dr. Dre knows this, is that your twin flame is your soulmate. That is your divine counterpart. There's only one twin flame. There's only one. And it's only towards the final stage of this, it's like this similar dimensions that you unite fully, and that last process is what I consider, that's what I call your soulmate. But through every lifetime you're with them in different forms. It could be one lifetime your child, another lifetime a relative, another lifetime your best friend. Very rarely do you switch genders, okay? Because as a divine masculine, like you were you were created, you know, like on Earth, like you've chosen a male body because you are the divine masculine. Of course you have the other feminine aspects within you, because you have to be a whole soul, you know, and learn those lessons before you become united with your soulmate, and vice versa, like you're reflections of each other, in the sense that like you don't have to be exact opposites or exactly the same. It's as if you fit perfectly, you know, where one person lacks something, the other person has the other. And of course this is the soulmate. The true soulmate is very rare, because of course you have so many lessons to learn, and the reason why you're even learning these lessons is so that you can have that full experience, right? The soul craves the full experience. That's why we had been released into this cosmos, in order for us to experience those and make that free will choice to return back to God. Okay? He knows this. He's fully aware of this. He was betrayed by someone in one of his past lives. Very, I'm gonna say recent, but I don't know, that could be thousands of years, like human terms, you know, but there was some sort of curse, I'm gonna say similar to what he's into now, where it's like the darkness, right? So this is some sort of darkness that was placed on him during a time that he knew that he wasn't going to be with his soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. So he was with someone else, and he made that selfless choice. He made that selfless choice because no matter how much he loved that his soulmate, he knew that they weren't ready to unite. They weren't supposed to be together. So the person that he was with, there was a female that he was with in a past life, was aware of him basically harboring these feelings for someone else, and that jealousy and that darkness, that evilness within that person, which like she was hexing him or doing something very dark towards him. What is the green chakra? Is that your throat chakra? I'm gonna assume that's your throat chakra because I'm seeing a different color of green now on her, and that tells me that chakra. And we had Gabriel. I don't know if Gabriel's green, but I feel like Gabriel, this is interesting. I think this happened more symbolically than how I'm gonna say this to you, but essentially Gabriel tried to come through during this particular lifetime to help heal her, give her information in order to kind of open up her throat chakra and speak how she feels and heal herself in order for this to work, you know, for Dre to become, you know, improved and be a better person. I know in that lifetime he was doing everything right. He had been doing everything right. Him and that twin flame, like through lifetimes and lifetimes, they had been moving towards that soulmate connection. It's until this person came along, which is like that karmic partner, and that's what people call it, but that doesn't make that person any less significant, right? Like even if it's a loving relationship, like it doesn't make it any less meaningful at all. That's why I kind of avoid talking about this in detail. I haven't really gotten into it because, again, I want to be sensitive about how I talk about it and maybe like make it a little more thought out. And even some of their other, okay, I'm derailing. So she received some sort of divine message and she ignored it. Like, she absolutely ignored it. She was like, I don't care. Like, I want him, and I'm not going to talk about my feelings, and I'm also like resentful and bitter. So at the same time, she was like punishing him. She was punishing him even though she was with him. Because she was upset at the fact that he was, what she felt was pining over the past, which I feel like he wasn't. I don't feel like he was. Yeah, there were feelings there, obviously, that could never go away, but he made that mature decision that it wasn't supposed to work out. And maybe there was some part of it that she knew this about, like, him knowing that that's his divine counterpart, that she, you know, as a dark-sided person, tried to intervene and try and spiral him the other way. And I do feel that that's essentially what happened. I feel like that's what happened here. That's the story of some many lifetimes. And it's like all that work that you would put in, you would essentially just drain, like flush it down the toilet, like put it down the drain. I'm asking where is she? Where is your divine counterpart now, present day? And I'm feeling this like whirl, like a whirling feeling. And it's like whirling me around and then putting me to the side. as if you don't even know her anymore. As if you've gotten so far apart from your journey. Like that. See, this wouldn't have happened. This hex wouldn't have happened if... Why? It's like it wouldn't have happened if you didn't believe that it could happen. And it's almost like this narcissistic, like, stalker. That's who this other person is. That's, even after you passed, they came back in the next life, wherever you were. I feel like the next one you were actually, like, on Earth, possibly. It feels more like Earth, and they were there again to separate you from her. Like, they're obsessed with you. And she's completely opposite. Like, in this lifetime, I feel she's completely opposite of you. Wherever she exists, I don't even know if she's here. Like, I don't know where she is. Like, she just feels almost like a cloud to me. Her energy is very strange. It's something that it just feels light. It feels light. And yet I can almost hear someone saying, I'm here. Maybe I feel she's waiting on you. I don't know. I don't think that she's here. She's here in spirit, but she's not here in human form. And she's waiting on you for as long as it takes you to recorrect and reroute yourself in order for you guys to pick back up on rebuilding the journey. Because you are very opposite right now, and she is loyal to you, to your soul. There is a lot of resistance on your end to change. A lot of resistance. And she is very patient with you. I feel for her specifically, she does not mind to wait, because there is a greater... What I'm hearing from her is that there's a greater purpose than what you're doing, and she does not mind to wait for you. She does not mind to wait for you. And she won't participate. It's like, I'm not going to participate in what you're doing. And because of that, then I will just wait for you. I will wait for you, but I will not participate in this. So as long as you're doing this, I won't be here. I won't be a part of it. And she has made that commitment to not reincarnate into the physical world. And I'm hearing in some other spiritual worlds where we are not of physical, this like a physical reality, where she won't somehow, in however way that makes sense for those places, she won't manifest there either. She won't. Of course, her love always remains, and she is always energetically connected to you. What I feel, they feel, your guardian angels and her, is that they will never lose faith in you. I'm actually speaking about her. Your guardian angels, that's obviously a given. She will never lose faith in you. Her love will never fade. Obviously, again, but even just like on a, I don't know how I would describe it, but like that, like the human mind's level, it'd be as if like I will never stop loving you. I will never stop believing in you. I will never lose patience with you, and you know, this is your curse to break. This is your lesson to learn. This is your journey to choose. And like, I made that commitment to you then, that I would never force anything. I only will allow for this to happen naturally. And until you're willing to do that, I will not, it's like, I will not participate, but I'm hearing like I'm not going to strap myself down to the same things. Like, I'm not going to be a part of that. So in essence, really, she is an angel to you right now. She's watching over you. And it's interesting because the things that you do in this lifetime and previous lifetimes, since this separation has occurred, since this like thing happened, I don't have to keep bringing up, with this other partner, there is that part of you that always hears the calling from her to never forget that journey of how you built a life together, how you've built a legacy together, how committed you both were to this journey, and that this is all part of our soul's experience, and that she understands that, and she sees that she has to, she's guiding you. She's guiding you because you're in it deep. You're in it really deep. And, you know, I think if I were to assume, because I'm not seeing this, but this is part of the greater plan, and everyone below who is above to you, they don't see it and you don't see it. Or maybe you have, see, I don't want to derail, but basically, yeah, I think it's bigger than you guys think. And just as you're being tricked, like you're kind of fooling yourself, they're fooling themselves, even though that's probably not something you guys want to hear, but I do see that, that this is all even bigger, and that there's no way you guys can trap people here. Like, you can't energetically trap people, no matter what kind of technological advances or like chemical things or anything, like, you know, that might start sounding a little conspiratory depending on who you are. But all of this stuff that's happening, there's just no way. I don't see it. I'm looking and I see it, and then I'm seeing above it, like I'm rising above that. And if you do the same thing, you'll see it, but you have to commit yourself. I don't know if that's possible in this lifetime. I think you have to listen to her. I think you need to listen to her. But you probably won't. But it's almost ironic that like the way that you mask yourself, the way that you hide yourself, the way that you present yourself, it's like using the building blocks of your relationships with her. So everything that you are today, everything that you've created today, has all been information from previous lifetimes that you've gathered through being with her, growing with her, living with her. And so she still carries forward with you, and through that knowledge, that means that the journey of your soul is carrying through. And so it's like interesting, like as much as you want to deny or whatever, that love is still there. That pure divine love is still there, and it's still shining through everything that you do. You just can't disregard that. What's weird is this is authority, St. Martha, authority, number 11, premonitions, and 33, 22. Imagine they're all like reflective numbers, right? 22, 33, 11. Soulmate, baby. Sacred visions. Because authority, I was hearing that before I started the reading. So it's just interesting that it came up again in a different, like in a card. I think the final message, again, is coming through, and I can see better now, your guardian angels, and I can see your soulmate, and it's basically that I feel they appreciate your hard work. There's something about wanting you to not fixate too much on the details of things, and a reminder that they'll always be working with you. They're working alongside of you. I feel like they're saying something else. I think that she's saying, you're not coming back to Earth next. You're going somewhere different. I don't think you even want to. Like, real life, you'd be like, yeah, I don't even want to come back to Earth. There's something else there that I'm not getting. There's some deep information here. It's some deep stuff that I'm not picking up on. Some secret information here. There's a lot of secret information, and I'm being blocked from seeing it. And I'm not going to dig into it. My best guess is because it would obviously not be good for anyone to know that information. What is that? Okay, no, I'm not supposed to know. Yeah. The biggest message I'm getting here, just kind of reflected and is kind of just bringing everything full circle, is your guardian angels and her coming through and saying, like, you do what you will with this information, since you know on a soul level what I'm saying and what part of it's correct and incorrect, and what you can guide yourself to this information. You can guide yourself down a separate path, even just to explore, to reunite or re-meet. Do that. But you have to make that choice, right? They're not going to do anything there's not going to be like divine intervention for you. And it's your choice. How do I say that? It's I don't know, just basically like they're never, like, this is just part of your journey, that they're for lifetimes, many lifetimes, and even before. I think there are maybe a handful of times through your past lifetimes that you actually truly had some sort of divine intervention. But the majority of everything that's happened is through you. They're observing you because you need to do this on your own. You need to figure this out on your own. You know, it's like when you think about the infinity symbol. Do I have a number 8 anywhere? Oh, here. When you think about the infinity symbol, this is essentially like the journey of the soulmate, right? It's infinity, it's forever. And just as it's up, it goes back down, and then it swings back up again, and it goes back down. So, you know, maybe you're just at the bottom for a while. You know, you're working through that, and soon enough, through just the natural progression of your souls, you will come back up and you will experience that. So what I picked up on the past lifetimes is up here, and then that dark intervention essentially brought you down here. And there's a reason why, a bigger reason why that even happened to you. at that time. And I think, again, there's something about you allowing that to happen, you believing that that can happen to you, and allowing that to happen to you that has caused this. But it will come back up. Okay, one last thing I'm seeing is there's something about protection here against darker. They're saying if you make that choice to explore the lighter sides of things, they're going to block you, just as I've been blocked. Your guardian angels will block you. They will essentially throw a curtain, a spiritual curtain over you, where you can explore that and you won't be found out. No one will know that you have explored that side. So if you choose to do that and meditate on that, and to put that into practice, and to try and find what I've told you and connect over there with what I told you, instead of trying to hide from it and run away from it, which is unexplainable to you anyway, of why you do that, why you even just ignore those thoughts and those feelings. You will be protected, you will be hidden as you do that. They will not allow these things that you're around to see any of the lightness that you are exuding when you do this. They will keep it a secret, essentially, for you, in order to help enlighten you. Okay, so again, that's my readings. So sorry, you guys, if this was like very strange and whatever, but I tried, and I genuinely think I got somewhere, but who knows, right? Alright, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.